Alright, and welcome to a casted game between two of our players meeting on Cannons of Carnage. This is actually, if I remember correctly, a Yuriko's expansion map on the first mission where you get to meet Hockey Allies Commander and sending you attack dogs for no reason. On the red side, on the bottom side we meet our red Soviet player, and I will not pronounce his name, but on top we have a blue Empire, get from the random. This is Gamashe 2 or Gamashe the second. I don't know what happened to the first one. So the first interesting thing I have seen with this game is that this game takes a lot of time. If I remember correctly, it's like 50 minutes once again. I wonder how did that possible? Like, what did you do to have this game last this long? The game doesn't offer you lots of refineries. I mean, some locations are a little bit lousy, like for example this refinery is very hard to access. You want to have it, but it's actually mostly the refinery of your opponent. Same happens for this one as well. However, of course, if you're Soviets, you can always get a Toon Blade, move a Sputnik here, drop it, and create a building zone. So, as this map is very long, on the ground side, I don't think we will get to see a lot of action, and this refinery core is actually just checking if the other refinery core has been deployed and building is completed. I mean, come on man, you want to go a triple refinery, that's fine, but move your refinery core to proper and unoccupied or node. Anyway, surely he will remember soon enough. So oil direct has been taken for the respective players. And this, I'm wondering if he wanted to have this observation post, which not a bad idea. But after all, you have taken your oil derrick, so either you can get this observation post over this, but this one is much better because after all we are playing against an empire, and what empire loves to do is sending tankers all over your base. But at least you can expect that they will not coming over directly from here. So you can be prepared over here or here. A Tesla troop, 2 Tesla troopers, not even 1. Like why? A crusher crane, well, not that bad after all. Most of the time you may see yourself building and moving around. And the sneaky Dojo core is now being very sneaky. Wants to deploy over next to the base of our Soviet player. A dog scar as well. Still, okay, first Tengu is out, but our Empire is now in low power mode. Oh, well. That's a bit greedy. I mean, 4 refinery immediately. Meanwhile, Soviet is just having only 2, and I didn't know this game had crates enabled, but if you're seeing this red, you missed a big cash point here. But this engineer making a very long walk for this observation post. I mean, at this point, I think taking this one should be good. Conscripts are over here as well for some reason, but this Dojo core is now deployed over here. And for a very long time, I don't think
All from transport, open for business.
Red actually sees this.
Flag trooper, doing my time.
MiG, ready to rule the skies.
Huge value over this observation
Flag trooper,
post.
doing my time. All from transport, open for business.
Okay, you're getting bullfrogs, but
Flag trooper, doing my time.
Deal with this. How to deal with this?
Flag trooper, doing my time. All from transport, open for business.
You should send some anti-infantry as well. Like, send a bear with them, please. Send a bear, what are you doing?
All from transport, open for business.
This Imperial warrior will kill all of the flak troopers.
Mine's ready. All from transport, open for business.
A very cheap star rank Imperial. And this Toon Blade has just arrived to avenge his flak trooper brothers. this crate is
Frog
now
transport
untouched.
open for business. I present to you the MCB.
I think there's a good reason why this game is going to take too long, because none of the players are doing actually anything significant or has a value. Like right now, Blue is now farming incredible amount of credits, so probably we get to see some maybe tens or dozens of Ingonis and maybe some Shogun spam. I mean, what are you going to get the Shoguns, by the way? If you get to spam some C-Wings, that will be some funny stuff. After all, when you spam like maybe 20 of them, your opponent will need some serious pack of punch for anti-air. Okay, Soviet has taken the third refinery and wants to build the fourth, I guess. Tesla Trooper has been taken down with Bear, and these means have just witnessed a crime here. Tomb Raids are coming real late after this. Red. Red, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? Surely he's waiting for something. Okay, he's spamming C-Wings. Maybe at the end of the game, I think we will be rewarded with our subclane, perhaps. I mean, that's cool, you are committing an attack, but you didn't scout anything, you don't know that your opponent is now sitting on his base with like fat, also my generative core is here, with fat 5 refineries. No, 4. So, the question is, you have the awareness to take this ore refinery, not that bad, I mean, you start to harvest the ore early, but how come you skip this one? Orbital drop is used on ore refinery, I mean, that's something, but why is Blue Empire is not responding this? The Southern Transport, I think, is full of engineers, right?
The tsunami rises!
Okay, engineer and time passers, that's not bad, but you get to know that he's building he's building lots of he's building lots of tomb blades and air units. You can also press F, finally. 3 shots on this mix, and now panic mode and sending all of them back. The survivor is still alive, and he's building a collector. I think he didn't even have any kind of trust on this collector to survive. He's just building it beforehand. Cancel it. Cancel it, come on. Well. This Southern Transport sneaky attack has been limited. That's interesting. But after all, instead of bullfrogs, there was no unit that he could on the ground of your opponent to copy. Why are you getting tsunami tanks? So you're repairing your refinery X, but you're not repairing your oil refinery. Oh, okay, by the way, Soviets have realized the build refinery here. Ah, okay, so he really wants to have this place. Why are you sending Phoenix? Okay, so I think that was the point. Here's I lose this collector, the second one gets the job immediately, but this refinery has been taken down, and this collector just landed building shots, maybe one of the 2 minutes can get veterans. All of these civilians now will be picked up by the Tengus. Any MiGs on site? No. No. There's actually 1 MiG, but that's lots of Tengus. That's the cost of taking this port refinery. Still, he didn't realize this one. Come on, man, you have...
VX, all systems green.
What's the point of enabling the crates if you are not going to pick by enemies. They have an agreement or something like this. This puts the crates, but don't pick them for general sportsmanship. Just what a nice game, right? Chilling on your base, nothing is happening. We have Imperial Dogs, but we're not going for tier 3. Same applies here as well. A bunch of VXs. After all, it's Soviet. Oh, okay, hammer tanks. Ground army, for sure, okay. I mean, not a good switch. Okay, he get himself in low power as well. Not a good switch from aerial units, if you ask me. I mean, in Red Dead 3, aerial units are always better. They have unobstructed vision. And, for example, when they go for low HP, they do not get a move speed penalty bonus. A penalty bonus. They don't get a penalty for move speed. That's a lot of bullfrogs actually. I mean, all of these VXs can be easily neutralized. So both of our players are picking some paths to attack their opponents. These Tengus are going to need a very... Okay, they're just back. So these VXs can actually go and try to pick some buildings. I mean, there will be a point eventually. I think Empire can repel this. There he uses his tank buster surprise. Okay, refinery going for this long-awaited spot. Can you move your bullfrogs a little bit backwards? Move your bullfrogs a little bit. In a safe position, perhaps? No. Just don't panic, pick down the striker blades. Okay, now use your two blades and handle these tank busters. And you handle the tank busters, killing everything you have. Come on. Well, at least I have to tell, at least red has some nuts to attack instead of blue. Quite close. These conscripts should be able to see, can you see? So, why did you land them? Why did you land your Tengus? That's... Okay, one more. Now go back. But none of them died. That's good actually. I mean, just move them to Crusher Crane. Come on, this is very simple. These are repair drones. Save your boot for Now send your mix again. Now send your mix again. And mix came to save the day. Well, both of our players just successfully negated their opponent's attacks. And red is still not wishing to repair his mix. I think they deserve it, but... Balloon bombs. Now it's good to see, at least we don't get to see suicide explosives start as Empire, as 99% of them do it, and this refinery core is just now chilling on the sea. So you want to build, I mean okay, you didn't even remember this one, but you wanted to build this one, now you forgot that you built a refinery core. So what are you doing with these C-Wings? I think even at this point blue might get bored and now playing with his C-Wings. I think this guy should have some 20,000 credits. No, 5,000. So what are you spending your money on? I really want to know. How come you are not floating with cash?
Make a tango. Let's
Refinery
go.
core ready.
Ah, okay. That's nice. See, I mean, at least red is doing something instead, unlike the blue. It took an entire land army to be decimated over here for blue to feel encouraged to make an attack with the VXs, only to die in 4 minutes. Well, rejoice you have. Well, you already have this deposited refinery core, just in case if your refinery gets destroyed, right? Oh, well, that's not going to be good. Better luck next time, Blue, really. It's a very lousy army, like, what are you trying to achieve with this army? Like, what do you want to focus? From the looks of it, you want to destroy all of these buildings. So, if so, at least, just get a couple of X's, move them over here and there, take the refinery and go to base, destroy everything. Well, I think until the end of this game, this Apocalypse tank will not be able to reach here. You even have a Tengu here. Why don't you use it to kill this collector? It's actually insulting to see these Apocalypse tanks moving below the Tomb Blades. I mean, you can just carry them, move them over here very quickly. Garrison has been taken also. Witnessing full conscripts is staying over there. Why did you just go and empty it? So, okay, yes, this refinery, but still this refinery is unoccupied. Is this like a backup plan? Like in this case, all of the refineries, all of the ore mines are depleted. So that's when this ore mine going to play? Right, engineer captured second attempt. I wonder if it's going to work. Now this time you have some vision and just copy the Apocalypse tank. Okay, so that is something else. I mean, after all, you get to have 5 free units. 1,500 credit saving. You have Apocalypse tank, but you're sending your Tomb Blades to handle this. Send your Apocalypse. Finally, we get to see some action, I guess. I mean, Blue is now devising a plan. I think he will go from below and make a decisive blow to Soviet base, which I don't think it will happen. Also, the third bonus grade is now being ignored entirely. Like, why do you... Sorry, my friend, but you're too late. You tried, but you're too late. So, why are you just enabling bonus grades if we're not going to pick them to begin with? No, he just repositioned his army to sea. X is now flying over the terrain to do what? At this point, I can easily say it's very good for our red Soviet player to capture this observation post because this guy doesn't scout. Neither this guy as well. I mean, he has probably accidentally called his Tengu back to base, but he's not scouting, so he will not have any kind of idea what's going to happen to his base, or if he's under attack or threat, or if the enemy is planning something. So at least, so you can guide the balloon bombs. This is very bad protocol cover in my order. Now, Apocalypse tanks are unhinged and moving, crushing everything on site. The 3 units are being destroyed, but that's quite sad. Giving a chopper VX veterancy, 2-star, I'm sorry, 2 rank, Apocalypse shouldn't die very easily. So, okay, all of the VXs are now fouled, so they can't target 2 days. Now MCV has been taken, and now red is taking balls. Giving a small flak cannon here. This VX will take a long time for it. Finally now. Just please do not lose your star rank Apocalypse. Now, if you take down this mecha bay, it will be over. Not that much. He still has Imperial. He got a secondary MCV. You're not playing allies. Well, now Red this time at least made a good march, dealt some infrastructure damage, and pinned the blue to cease. But probably blue can easily expand back over here. I mean, there's only just refineries. That's the most important part. But with just a couple of hammer tanks, even can handle this place. The good thing to consider is that he can no longer able to build VXs. Nanotech wing frame. Okay, so what are you going to achieve with Shoguncy? You don't even need to just click on your Imperial Dogs. Locate the C-Wing, press your shift, and click on the C-Wing until you see 99. And that will be it. That's what you can do. Somehow this guy is banking on costs of refineries, but still able to be poor. That's not, I mean, that's better than cash float, but at this point I can easily say you don't know how to spend your money.
All from transport, open for business.
This is all happening right in front of your nose. But see, this is now a very valuable observation post for the Red Soviet player. Now a sneaky tank buster has been used, but you have 2 airfields, which is fine, so why don't you do the same? Why are you building a Tesla coil? Just build a barracks over here and send just a couple bears. That would be it. The good thing is, now there are some MiGs, good enough to handle any kind of tankers. Okay, MCV not going to handle things personally. There's a garrison. Now, not bad. I mean, 3 of them has been crushed, but now you need to have blades. Where are your tomb blades? Why are you not building tomb blades? Why are you getting hammer tanks? You can actually get all of these before are going to die. Oh man, why are you panicking? Why are you pressing Q? Not press the Q. Okay, now you could enter this garrison. And then next to this garrison. Damage will also be taken. Wow, who could have guessed? I think now he is... Okay, he is making 2 blades. Not you.
Who's looking for a good pounding?
The other guys knows it.
Twin blade inspection complete.
But Red, now you realize how important this observation post. So don't be lazy, build your barracks. Where is your barracks? Did you sell your barracks?
Who's looking for a good pounding?
Come on, man. Just build your barracks and take this observation post once again. That's perhaps the laziest way to handle. Ooh, well, that's quite lucky. Okay, tank buster's price has been not entirely dealt with. There's still 1 tank buster. And this garrison still has some HP. Balloon bomb, fine. I think Red doesn't want to repair his own MC. I mean, I don't usually repair my MC. I just send an engineering. Much better. Quick, instant, expensive for sure, but just like everything else in Red Alert 3. Now, Red is once again building his confidence for attacking, and also this conscript died valiantly. But the good thing is there's a Tesla coil, so this tank buster cannot deal nuisance as it could before. Now these are healthy numbers. This is actually an overkill for this kind of a small base. two tankers are now flying over here for finally we get to see the strikings, hackings, harassments. The thing is now this ore node is depleted, so it's a bit too late. And also now the blue Empire player sees all of our army red. So why did you get why did you get the nanotech mainframe if you're not going to go with shoguns? I mean, if you wish to have Mecha Bay level tier 3 units, that's fine, that's acceptable. Also, you have to move your armor collector back to refinery red. It will stay like it is. Okay. I think this guy only does to reveal. You have tomb blades. Just click over here on your map, and then click your tomb blades. That's it. Very simple. Tangos are far, right? I know Tangos are not that far, but here's the thing: just handle this thing faster, and that's it. Simple. Now, if this Tango stays over here, you will lose all your tomb blades. But instead, all of the army of the aerial army of the blue is now being decimated by the MiGs, and the MiG numbers are very high. All splash damage and everything else is being dealt with. Now this base is completely empty for the Red's wrath. Now take the Mecha Bay, because why? He invested a lot of time and credits on it. Tier 3 Mecha Bay. No, he's getting abused. And still you can take it. Like this Tomb Blade and Tango like checking each other. The Red once again forgets to repair his own buildings and, well, however, laying some Tomb Blade on his base. Now our men who were quite rich, bold enough to start with 4 refineries. And this is being recently built. Oh, Blue, what are you doing? Oh, poor Gamache. I think that's why you're the second, because first one has been demoted from the position of the commander. But there's Yuriko, and she's no more. So let's see, there's some decent blank iron. These C-wings can handle, they can't deal splash damage, but these are healthy numbers enough to handle 2 blades all over here. So at this point, the red should be able to relax. So the blue is at your mercy. So what you can do, you have plenty of options. You can go some, for example, Kiros. You can go super weapons. You can do anything else. A decent way at least to check this place, but this is your own refinery spot, not the blue's refinery spot. I mean, it will be very difficult for blue to send a refiner core all over the place and then deploy it over here without being noticed by you by enemies, which is not very unlikely to happen. So blue is now restless. His income is severely low. He is controlling the seas and most probably until the red moves the MCV next to shore, building a couple naval yards and then getting some Akula cells, it will be happening like that way. So 4 tsunami tanks, or I don't know, without any kind of anti-air support. Our man is knowing what he's doing. He's just switching with HP. And red gets the observation post again. That's nice. So blue, I think at this point wants to take this observation post perhaps. Not a bad option really. Now right now your options of getting some refinery is limited. I mean, you can expand back here, but red will just build a land army and stomp you out of it. Let's be honest here, red is the man here. And look at this. Also, now this guy picked up the crate. But too bad it's a veteran secret. The first crate, I think it is safe to say, picked by red. And also you can move the ceilings and they will be almost invulnerable to any kind of, let's say, air-to-ground attack. The 3 sea wings have been picked off. Now red has done what needs to be done. Super weapon. Where is your super weapon? Red, where's your super weapon? Out of all of the places, why do you place it over here? So, I think red will start to pick sea wings before they can clutter a place. This sea wing can actually cause some serious damage to red. Picking off the mix is not really something that you would like, and then how to use the sea wing to gain star rank. Okay, one airfield is down, but I think our guy can build it immediately next. Oh. Red? 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 Red, what are you doing? Oh my god. We must just save the base. Okay, red has noticed the tank pass to surprise, which is nice. Now, but red's still not repairing it. I can't really say much of the blue, because if blue told me that he was AFK at the half section of the game, I could believe it. And he's not doing anything. Like, he is suffering in a great length. I mean, just see how much time he had to wait for just building the single refinery, and that's your mistake. So you want to get here, but why? These are the blade. These are that panic. Why are you sending them over there? You could still harvest over this one. And on bonus is that observation post doesn't see it. Now red is now just being bullied. Bullying the Empire to the seas. And the best part is, fans, if you take down this refinery, the red will be out of income by enemies. So he has to sell lots of his buildings if he wants to get the refinery. Okay, well, taking down oil derrick is not a bad option. But taking down barracks instead of oil derrick. Let's hope that you know what you're doing. So, okay, he really wants to have this oil refinery, which is good. He knows that this is the only source of income. And red wants to take it away from the blue. Okay, that's reasonable. I don't think refinery or refinery will be destroyed with just simple. At least you could make it the entrance be parallel with the ore node. I mean, that's your backup plan, by the way. Oh, or you can send both of the collectors at least to equalize the income you are going to have. Just time it well, and you don't need to wait that long. But now, one return of ore is going to be too long for you, red. I'm sorry, blue. Now, from the looks of it, we are going to wait 3.5 minutes, and then we will see a vacuum floater. And that will be it. So blue is now, I think, when he wants this core, is there a refinery core? No. It's just sending it all over the place to see where is the army of the red. These conscripts long very long enough. They lived very long. And now memes are answering the threat, I guess, but this guy has the quick fingers to immediately press F. You send this flying sea wings submerged to water. But the same guy can't place a refinery core properly. Now, Tomb Blades, I don't think they can handle sea wings that easily. I mean, our guy doesn't know hold ground position, but he knows to move them. What's the handle maybe? But why? Okay, you tuck down the name. Oh, another star rank sea wing. It's fine. But here's the problem. Your sea wings that you stacked long ago is now not so much. You only have 2 sea wings in your reserve. Okay, no. 6 more sea wings in your reserve. I'm still good enough. Still good enough, but not that. Oh. You did not repair this. Okay. That's the plan. Why would you spend? Why would you spend your credits on repairs, right? You can just simply sell, and that would be provoking your opponent. Also, you can guide the balloons. However, he wants to build a super reactor close to it, close to the other one. So, what are you going to do with the teletubbies? You're red, so what's your target? Generator, not bad. It doesn't have base defenses. Not playing against allies. But okay, you can always force your opponent to invest on some construction. Also, you are just making your bullfrogs die for nothing. Point defense drones only useful to tsunami tanks that are not taking any kind of damage, but now they're affected, which is something. Now red has scouted that blue on top doesn't have a refinery, lamenting that he wasted his time and effort from moving there. Now I think he wants to outmaneuver the sea wings. Oh well, most of the sea wings are up, so this means there are not so much on the sea level. So why don't you move your Tomb Blades? Well, the other question is why you are not spamming Tomb Blades. You're 8,000 credits. You can get, like how many? Perhaps 8 more Tomb Blades? What are we doing there? Alright, Fantastic Strike. Not on the base of the red this time. Also, this one there still is in the game, so taking this down will be a good engagement on it. But we are now very close to the vacuum imploder. I fear he will use it on like the submerged sea wings and they will not be affected. I think vacuum imploder, super weapons do not include the targets that are under the sea. Now blue is now having some very bad time selling everything else, and I think he's out of income right now. Yes. His generator is only... Okay, that's... The dog score also counted away. Now this is really hampering what blue can achieve in this game. Blue at this point lost the game. I don't think the red Soviets can lose this game by any means. The matter is when we are going to see the victorious side. When we're going to see the moment that... Well, that's some play, using the tractor beam to take down 2 or... okay, he knows that you can move it, but if you are submerged, I don't think it will be effective. But MCV is red over which... Come on, red. Come on, red. Ah, well, that's really close. Okay, still have to wait. These sea wings could be a little bit more helpful if they were here, but well, it's a bit late. And somehow he still has some mix, but on top of that, he has a flak cannon.
Twin blade inspection complete.
Did you really wait? I think we should be around like 40 minutes point. And you wait this long to attack the sea wings at this point. That it would be your hardest times. Like, when this flag cannon is being built, you can't do anything else. I mean, you can't do what you wish to do for a long time. So the red is... I mean, you can send a MiG or Twin Blade to aggravate this sea wing. I don't think it would be... I don't think it was on hold ground position, so he will be... He has to surface to launch the missile, so when this happens, the armor tanks can leech the leech beam. Okay, so Vacuum Imploder is now under threat. I don't think so. Once again, we get to see balloon bombs. Fries is just too tasty, so you can't be patient and sending your Tomb Blades one by one. At this point, I mean, you don't need to worry. Oh, so he's using now the double collector. So this will be at least reduced the amount that he has to wait to build something. And that's not bad. I mean, see how harmonious they are going. The amount of time he has to wait for credits is now being lowered. What's happening here? No, don't lose the vacuum imploder. Ooh. Now things get serious. The hammer tanks have arrived, but most of them are on leech beams. So get to use more of them. Get to use more of them so you can have red. You can always build a Tesla coil and a flat cannon here. No need to panic. At this point, if the red quits the game at this point... Ooh, and Akulo, finally, the red is doing what he had to do for, like, say, maybe 30 minutes ago. But now one single Akulo to handle everything. So that's the 42 minutes of game in which we get to see Blue never build up his confidence to do any kind of attack. Meanwhile, Red is effectively, I mean, on his own level, effectively build some units and try to win the game. You have to attack your opponent in order to win the game because the game's winning conditions destroy the buildings of your opponent. The interesting part is, I mean, at the point, the Blue failed so bad that now he lost the income. He lost the income clash. However, at first he was very chill. He was sitting on 4 refineries. So even though after having 1.5 refinery, he still can catch up with the red. So GG for the red, I can say. Better luck next time for the blue. Hopefully we will see shorter and more action-packed games.